Hello, people. It's Thursday night. I'm at home. Um, I've gone and done it. Your girl here has gone and gotten herself well and truly run down. I can feel something coming over me, cold wise. I've got a cough, even though I'm still smoking. Um, Body aches, mild fever, feel very lethargic, achy, run down, kind of depressed. Kind of like my normal me, but like with a with a low grade fever. But I'm happy to be home. One hell of a fucking day. Pardon my French. I always think it's really cute when when Sabina says like "dang it," or Heather the dirt chicken. Gosh darn it. Like they're just so cute. Me, I really like the good old fashioned Anglo-Saxon words. I'm in my nightshirt, which I know is too low. I'm gonna try to not flash you guys. It's really not what I'm about, but whatever. Um, Had some real weird, interesting moments today, and it forces the introspection. Otherwise, I would just say fuck it and completely give up. And I don't want to have that attitude because I've quit too many things in my life, and it makes the self-esteem issues worse, and it's very bad for when you battle substance abuse issues. But it really was amazing to see the trajectory of the day and the ins and outs and ups and downs of the I want to say like the energy flow, the energy patterns to the place, depending on who's the staff for what shift, what time of day it is. Um, a lot of our people have like what they call sundowners syndromes, affiliated with their various conditions and meds. And, um, they have an excuse. All the behavioral issues of our folks, they have diagnoses, and half the time, maybe most of the time, they're handling their lives better than able bodied or whatever you want to call us, average, able, whatever. We're all fucked up. Um, but it's really wild to be there for a variety of shifts all during the day and evening when, there's people coming, people going, people slacking off, people doing other people's jobs and just not being considerate at all when they come in at, say, 4 o'clock or something, or in the case of somebody today, 5 o'clock, even though she was due at 4, just saunters in, punches in. No, sorry, I'm late. No explanation. Just like, and she's brand new to the house, too. And she just, starts in with the gossip and the name dropping and being on her phone and, flashing her tennis bracelets, her diamonds, and her long, clacky nails, and drove up in a shiny white Mercedes. Like, what are you doing here? But my point of saying all that is that, just like I don't like to be judged for being poor or for looking a certain way, I also shouldn't judge people for being wealthy or for having certain things or looking a certain way. Um, I am the first one to admit that I can be petty, bitter, jealous, insecure, and like just rabidly discontent, malcontent at times. And so it was really great actually to drive home and be listening to Smokey Steve and Mark's channel, where Steve talks a lot about, very bluntly too, and very insightfully about mental health issues and how insides don't always match outsides, and how he was speaking to his circumstances in particular, but how it kind of applied to me, like how I identified with it was, that I do the same thing, and I'm very guilty of doing to others what I don't want them to do to me. And I felt myself just getting really prickly, really irritable. This woman was new, and I knew that it would be upon me, even though I was exhausted, to kind of show her the rope, show her everything that needed to be done, which means really I'm doing it, and she's just kind of looking on. And I hate to delegate. Like, I'm not in charge of anything. But even when people come to me because they think I know my shit, which I do, I've only been in the company a year, though, and I'm not in any position of any sort of authority whatsoever. And the funny thing is that there's someone there who likes to act like he is, but yet when it comes down to actually doing anything managerial, it's like, no, but I'm just going to pretend I'm the boss so I can delegate to everybody else. Anyway, but, I finally introduced myself to her. I knew she wasn't going to really come up to me. And I did it as my own exercise of, I'm sick of judging people. Okay, so she's got a gorgeous white brand new Mercedes without a scratch or like a spot of dirt on it. Like, It's been really rainy and shitty and mucky and muddy, and like all of our cars are just so beat up looking in the driveway, and this thing was like a shiny white steed, that she rolled up in, and we're all kind of looking at each other like, how does she work for this company and she has a Mercedes? But of course, she's married, and she made a comment when I was showing her how to shower a resident, something or other about, my husband would kill me if he knew I was even here. He doesn't even want me doing this job. And I thought, there's a story there. But I did not have time to get into it. And it once again made me happy to be more or less single. I mean, I'm not legally, but like, I can't stand the whole idea of like, my spouse is going to be so mad, or he lets me do this, or she lets me do that. Like, that was my life for a couple of decades, and it was even my life in my first marriage and in the cult. Everything was about the patriarchy and being infantilized and these parent-child relationships. I'm not saying that's her case. I've only known the woman a couple of hours. But it got me to thinking, and it got me to feel reflective. So on my way home, I'm really exhausted. Like, I'm really tired right now, but I wanted to just kind of close out my day by talking to you guys. And I took some cold medication, so I'm going to go to bed. And I stopped at the little, not the deli, the little grocery store up the street from me, which is very overpriced. And you only go there when it's like a snowstorm or when you're way too sick or lazy to get to a regular store. There was just no way I could go to a ShopRite or a Stop and Shop tonight. So I went there and I bought some, let me show you what I bought. I love crackers. Like, my thing at night is cheese and crackers. Not always, but when I'm in a certain mood or whatever. Come, let's walk. Don't look at my house. It's disgusting. But, I picked up a box of these. Organic Triscuit cracked pepper and olive oil, which may or may not be devoured tonight. If I don't buy cheese with them, I'm safe to have a small handful. If I bought a brick of cheese, which would have been like $4,000 at this place, I'd be eating way too many cheese and crackers. And I'm trying to actually limit cheese and too much dairy. So, got a couple cans of cat food, got cigarettes, got some, oh, here we go. Speaking of cheat days and just feeling shitty, I got Haagen-Dazs Rocky Road, which is funny that I picked this because I'm not even in the mood for it and I'm not going to have any, but it was like, psychologically, I wanted to have it here. I don't like being completely out of food, so I try to always have at least like eggs, bread, cereal, coffee, half and half. I bought one single banana and I have in the morning with my cereal, and yeah, I always have to have like eggs and bread on hand. And I got some ham too. But another thing I wanted to show you guys, and speaking of Smokey Steve and Mark, I really do like your channel a lot. It just feels so homey and so real. But here is my parlor palm. I don't have a name for her. I kind of like the idea of like Pamela the Palm, but it reminds me too much of someone that I've got ambivalence with. I don't have a lot of light in my living room. I keep lights very dim and low when I'm feeling some sort of way. But here she is, growing new shoots, new growth. I keep her in this window, which is sometimes sunny. The cats like to play in it and chew on it, so it's a little bit beat up in places. But I found out that it's not toxic for cats, so that's okay. Isn't YouTube a funny place? Like, you can talk about anything and everything and like earth-shattering crises and trauma, and then wind up showing your new friends your plant because you've got that in common. The budgies have a nice clean cage. The bird box. What's wrong with me? The cat box is cleaned. So I've got my basics done. That's kind of how I check in with myself, is to get the basics done. And for my nighttime routine, that also includes brushing my teeth, washing my face, and taking any nighttime meds that I need to take. But yeah, tomorrow, thank goodness, I have my therapy appointment. He's going to get an earful. He's going to earn his money. But luckily, only a $15 copay from yours truly here. Thank God for insurance. But like I mentioned before, I'm not going to get meds, if they even, think I should, until I'm seen by the nurse practitioner in June. So yeah, that's at 10 o'clock tomorrow. That's why I'm going to go to bed early so that I can do that and get some laundry done before going to work at 2 to 10. But it's going to be at a site which is a lot less challenging than the one I've been at all week. Holy shit, this week. Unbelievable. Whoops. Damn it. I got paid last night. I was instantly discouraged by that. Not that it was a horribly low amount, because I've been working a lot, but compared to the amount of bills I have to look through tomorrow and pay, it's like, I'm such a broken record, I know. I will make sure I get gas and groceries this week, and the stuff I need for the animals, but then it's all just for my debt and my bills, cable and care credit and some old hospital bills and Mattress Firm, because I bought a mattress last year that I'm still paying $60 a month on. And my money's just so eaten up. That's why I work so much. But then, like you all warned me, don't work too much or you'll get burned out. I'm burned out. So I'm going to go to bed. It's only 9:09. I made sure that I popped my CD out of my Bose to give back to Michael tomorrow, the therapist. I'm hoping he might say, like, you can borrow it longer if you need to. But I hate being the type of person that borrows something and then keeps it. What else was I going to say? Yeah, based on what I uploaded this morning, I was going to talk about the epiphanies I woke up with. But I should have written them down. Because they're already out of my mind. And as far as the poem, I will write that down tomorrow, because I lightly edited it, and I'll read it. I think it's really sweet that a handful of you enjoy my poems and support me in that endeavor, and especially you, Redneck Hippie. I think it's really cool that you like poetry and you seem to enjoy mine, so that's cool. What else? That's it. And then Saturday, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, but I'm working a double, and then Sunday I'm back at the house. That freaks me out, from 10 to 8, and then another, well, actually not too bad of a week next week, and I'm taking all of Friday and all of Saturday off. Both of them. I'm not committing to anything. So that feels kind of good. No, that was not a fart. That was my foot moving on my leather sofa here, my recliner. Okay, that's it. Talk about rambly, huh? Oh my God, my cheeks are all flushed, because that's what happens when I start getting sick, and my whole body aches, and I'm going to go to bed now. Thank you for listening to me, and unless I put these on, I can't even see myself, not that I need to. And that's it. Your girl's tired, and my screen's all blurry, so I don't know if you're seeing me as blurry or not either, but I will talk to you guys later. I love you. Peace out.